Steve Martin has nothing but support for Jo Koy following his controversial Golden Globes monologue. The 78-year-old comedic icon took to his threads on January 9th to share his thoughts on how hard it is to do a live hosting gig, jokingly revealing he's still recovering from the time he took a stab at it. Writing in part, "I tip my hat to anyone who steps out on stage to host a live award show. It's a very difficult job and not for the squeamish. I know because I'm still throwing up from the last time I did it in 2010. Steve last took the hosting stage with Alec Baldwin at the 82nd Academy Awards, which was 14 years ago. So he concluded his thread on a light note to congratulate the Easter Sunday actor, penning, "So congratulations to Jo Koy, who took on the toughest gig in show business. Hit, missed, was light on his feet, and now has 20 minutes of new material for his stand-up." The Only Murders in the Building star wasn't the only A-lister to defend Jo. Whoopi Goldberg also stood up for Jo Koy after the Golden Globes monologue heard around the world. The 68-year-old morning show co-host said she didn't watch the comedian's hosting performance on January 7th, but she did empathize with him during Monday's episode of The View, as she understands how difficult hosting an award show can be.
These gigs, these hosting gigs, are brutal.
Yeah.
They're just brutal. If you don't know the room, if you've not been in these rooms before and you're sort of thrust out there, it's hit or miss. Now, I love Jo Koy. He, to me, makes me just crazy because he's funny. I don't know whether it was the room. I don't know whether it was the jokes. I didn't get to see it. But I do know that he is as good as it gets when it comes to stand-ups.
Yeah.
And it is not an easy gig.
Whoopi then made fun of her own past when it came to hosting, as she formerly hosted the Academy Awards 4 times, in 1994, 1996, 1999, and 2002.
I mean, you know, if you read any of the reviews of some of the gigs that I've had, where they've just, you know, wished me into the cornfields. Just, you know, die on the vine. I mean, it's not an easy gig.
You did fly in like a queen.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's because I learned the room.
The 52-year-old comedian went off script as he kicked off the Golden Globes, and some of his jokes were met with not-so-enthusiastic reactions. Jo aimed zingers at the year's biggest TV shows and films, including Oppenheimer.
I loved Oppenheimer. I just got one complaint. Needed another hour. So I felt like it needed some more backstory. My New Year's resolution for 2024 is to finish Oppenheimer in 2025. Like, seriously, I'm almost there. I love Oppenheimer, especially the first season. That's so stupid. Oppenheimer answered a lifelong question that's been on my mind for years. Yes, scientists do get laid, as long as they look like Cillian Murphy.
He then brought Barbie into the conversation and had this to say.
Oppenheimer is based on a 721-page Pulitzer Prize-winning book about the Manhattan Project. And Barbie is on a plastic doll with big boobies. I watched Barbie. I loved it. I really did love it. I don't want you guys to think that I'm a creep, but it was kind of weird being attracted to a plastic doll. It's just something about your eyes, Ryan.
After the audience's response to his next Barbie joke, he suddenly went off script.
And Margot, it's not always about you. The key moment in Barbie is when she goes from perfect beauty to bad breath, cellulite, and flat feet. Or what casting directors call character actor. Some I wrote, some other people wrote. Robert De Niro's here. Yo, I got the gig 10 days ago. You want a perfect monologue? Yo, shut up. You're kidding me, right? Slow down. I wrote some of these, and they're the ones you're laughing at.
Jo went on to zing Robert De Niro, who welcomed a daughter last year.
Your last performance has got to be your greatest performance ever. How'd you get her pregnant at 80? CGI?
And he, of course, had to say something about Taylor Swift, who did not laugh out loud.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, We have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to. Okay. Sorry about that.